Here we go. The bell rings. This match is underway. Dominik quickly attacking Danhausen, then tried to go after the human monies. Danhausen isn't going to let it end that easily. Now Danhausen wants to take a grab at the monies. Dominik with a kick to the back of Danhausen. Nice drop kick. Now looking for a 619. 6-1. Nobody home. Ducked through and a throwaway Northern Lights suplex by Danhausen. Full speed. Danhausen's had a pretty big year. Cursed the Knicks, then uncursed the Knicks, and after he uncursed the Knicks would go on and a huge comeback to win the NBA championship. Dominik Mysterio now stomping away at Danhausen as he stands over Danhausen to try and retrieve the human monies off of the pole. And here comes the Three Amigos paying homage to the late, great Eddie Guerrero. Over 20 years ago, it was Dominik Mysterio's father. Well, I guess they're still kind of related, even though I don't know if Rey Mysterio officially disowned Dominik yet. Although right now, Danhausen with an inverted DDT taking out Dominik. It was over 20 years ago that the late Eddie Guerrero and Dominik's deadbeat dad, quote unquote, deadbeat dad, competed in a ladder match for the custody of Dirty Dominik Mysterio. At this very event, the biggest party of the summer, you had to know this was going to happen. Here comes JD McDonough. JD McDonough has been waiting for this moment to screw over Danhausen. JD McDonough did get electrocuted by Danhausen, so I'd want to get revenge too if somebody electrocuted me. Actually, I did once get electrocuted. It wasn't as fun as you think it is. You don't get superpowers either. And speaking of superpowers, here comes the Minihausens going after JD McDonough after McDonough just moonsaulted Danhausen. It's kind of funny. The Minihausens are almost as tall as JD McDonough. I think that's the only people that JD McDonough will ever be able to choke slam. Gets caught. This is the Minihausen that we all know. Oh, dropping down with a headbutt, springboarding. Up and through, tornado DDT. JD McDonough may have met his mini match. The Minihausens may be trying to find a way to retrieve the monies, but Dominik Mysterio is trying to get rid of the Minihausens with 100 G's. And I was mistaken for the 10 G's I originally thought it was going to be. And I thought some 90 grand was already lost. Nope, the full 100 grand is there. And I don't blame either man for wanting this money. 100 grand's 100 grand. You can buy a lot with 100 grand. I just got to say, there's some pretty nice cars out there. It would cover about half of it, but still you could get a pretty nice car, I got to say. Danhausen crawling over quickly, trying to get as close as he can, makes his climb. Is Danhausen going to get the monies? And JD McDonough's back in it and nails Danhausen with a headbutt. McDonough dumps Danhausen to the outside onto the floor. McDonough trying to tell Dom to get back up. Oh, it's going to be evened up here. Joe Hendry has arrived at SummerSlam. Oh, the guitar right over the back of JD McDonough. Joe Hendry is here. Joe Hendry trying to hype Danhausen to go for the $100,000. But Dominik Mysterio is there first. Dominik has Danhausen in a very bad position. The little Danhausens are certainly not feeling it. Dominik's been cursed. He just got cursed. And just an explosion right in the face of Dirty Dom. Danhausen's done it. Danhausen is the beholder of $100,000. Danhausen's got the human monies. Danhausen has done it. Joe Hendry removing JD McDonough from the equation. The Minihausens invaded. JD McDonough finally felt like the big man for a change. Unfortunately, one Minihausen gave McDonough a run for his money and even laid out Dirty Dom. Joe Hendry would come out and then bang with the guitar over the spine of McDonough. The end would be this. Once you get cursed, it's game over. The explosion of the pyro in the face of Mysterio. Dom fell off the top, blinded. Danhausen holds 100 G's. I don't know what he's going to spend it on. Maybe he's going to Disney World. It could be just like winning the Super Bowl. Either way, Danhausen is victorious over Dominik Mysterio here at SummerSlam.